Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Brothers and sisters, welcome to class. Alhamdulillah, I will be sharing the class today in English. And this is a repeat of the first class because I was having some technical difficulties last Wednesday and I wanted to have this class recorded and as well give an opportunity for those who came in late or maybe missed the first class, being that I explained to you all that it's very important that we keep up with each class. The way I'm teaching the program is that I will be teaching 4 letters from the alphabet and then adding more letters as we go. If somebody doesn't keep up, for example, you tune in for the second or third class, you will be lost because I will be adding new information and relying on the information that I taught you in the last class for you guys to have already learned that. So it's very important that you keep up with each class. I did mention that this course is going to be extensive. I usually teach once a week, but this English class is twice a week. So if you want to learn, you just have to put in the effort and may Allah make it easy.
Ameen.
Alhamdulillah. So the transliteration here, I made this in Spanish, and I want to get you guys away from the transliteration, being that if we don't know Arabic, we're going to be relying on the English letters. So this is in Spanish, don't worry about it. The rest I made in English. But Arabic, we start reading from right to left. So the first letter of the alphabet is the letter Alif. We can take it as the A sound. The second letter is the letter Ba. We can take it as the B sound. The third letter is the letter Ta. We can take it as the T sound. And the fourth letter is the letter Tha. We can say it or pronounce it as the Th sound.
So,
So most of the letters in the Arabic alphabet are consonants. The names that are applied to them is just for us to learn them, but the consonants is going to be without a vowel. And every now and then, like the alif, which is the vowel, or the waw, which can be considered a u, or the ya, which can be considered an e, those have different functions. And as we go, I will explain them and hopefully make it easy on everyone. Today, we're going to learn the first 4 letters of the alphabet. And at the end, we're going to do work exercises. And these work exercises, we're going to be making random sounds. Batatha, bibabu. This is how we're going to be reading because we're starting like kids, like we're babies. Later on in the program, halfway through, I'm going to introduce real words, and that's where you guys can gain a little bit of vocabulary. But it's because now we would be equipped and recognizing more letters to use so we can say actual words. My intention is to teach you guys or give you guys the basic tools to read the Qur'an. And this will help for those who have the intention to speak Arabic, or if they have other intentions, well, may Allah make it easy. But I want to make it easy for you guys to pick up the Quran, which is in Arabic, and start recognizing the letters and producing the right sounds. Every now and then, I'll come back to this picture because these are going to be the points of articulation of each letter. And since, we speak English, maybe some of us speak Spanish, we can already, for example, say the letter B or say the letter R. I think Spanish speakers can say that a lot better, but may Allah make it easy. But there's certain letters in Arabic which are very, very tough that we're just going to have to get used to. So, for example, the throat letters, there are sounds that we have to make, or the importance of articulation is the throat. And that's hard on everyone because both in English and Spanish, we don't have those type of sounds, mostly. So I will be, when we get there, I'll be helping you guys out. And as long as we know or are trying, again, may Allah make it easy. At the very bottom, I have links and resources. There's a donation that it's not mandatory on the class, but I just, if you guys want to help out, there's links down here. There's links to the WhatsApp group. All the classes will be uploaded onto my YouTube channel so you guys can review there. And I will be putting the orientation video there, the link, so you guys can be, or any questions dealing with how to use Google Classroom or, how to upload the homework or I covered it. I covered a lot of it there. And that's going to be the intro page to the Google Classroom or the intro to the class. I'm going to go ahead and go to classwork where all the documents are going to be uploaded. So under first class, we go, for example, the letter Alif. Actually, I'm going to start with the letter Ba. We go to the letter Ba, and we have different documents and different videos for you guys to study and use on your own time. And this is a document we're going to start off with today. If anybody has any questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to go ahead and start. So starting off with the letter Ba. The letter Ba, we write it like this. You start from this side, you go like this, up here, and then you put one dot at the bottom. This black line that we have here is, for example, if you have a piece of paper, it'll be the bottom of the paper or the bottom of the line. It's just indicating that the dot goes under the line. It goes below. But the letter Ba produces the sound of B. So it's like in English, the alphabet, we have A and B. This is the second letter of the alphabet. Ba or B. If you guys speak Spanish, pato in Spanish actually comes from Arabic, botton. Botton. So that's very interesting. And I advise to everybody, this is going to be for all the letters, that you guys grab a piece of paper, write ba, and say it as you're writing. Ba, ba, ba. Grab a piece of paper, write it out, fill up the paper. Just say it constantly because we need to, for example, put in the work. That way it registers. If we only pay attention, we're only going to gain so much. If we put in the work by writing, then we gain more levels and it's faster for us to learn. So even if it may seem easy, just put in the work. You can print this paper out or use your notes, a notebook. Just write ba till you learn it. Where does the word B come from? From inside the lips when they come together. So we need to close our lips. B. B. I'm saying the consonant, even though the name is ba. Ba. We put the lips together to say ba. And before getting to these examples that I wrote the letter ba in different words that we may recognize from Arabic or from the Qur'an, I want to go over the different positions. So each letter has different positions in Arabic that we're all going to have to learn and get used to. For example, the initial form is going to be in the beginning of a word. Remember, we read from right to left. The medial form is going to be in the middle of the word. And the final form is going to be at the end of the word. So the letter ba in the beginning of a word, it's in red right here. So how do we recognize it or how do we write it? We start from here and midway through it starts combining because in Arabic it's almost like cursive. So we start combining here and it gets, whatever's being written. In this case, it's another letter. And we recognize it by its dot at the bottom. The ba has one dot at the bottom. So right here we have the letter ba in its initial form. This is the letter alif that we're going to get to later. And this is the letter ba in its isolated form. So in the beginning of the program, I'm going to be explaining each letter. Later on, I'm going to be asking, I'm going to be saying, Isa, which are these three letters? And then Isa is going to say, where you at, bro?
Ba,
Mm-hmm.
Alif, Ba.
Good. MashaAllah. See, I want everybody at that level. So, but in the beginning, I'm going to cover it, most of it as we're learning. So yeah, this B is the same as this B. It's just in different forms. This is in the initial. This is in its isolated form by itself. So the middle form of the letter ba, we start, if we're writing, it's going to be right here from the middle. It connects to its right. It connects to its left. And we have the dot at the bottom. So this is the letter ba in its middle form. If you recognize, these are also bas. So it's saying three B's basically, but we're paying attention to the position. That's what the coloring's for. So that's B or ba in its middle form. And finally, we have the letter ba in its final form, being that when it's connected to its right, you go far left, and this looks most like its isolated form. You can recognize it faster or better. Connection to its right, it goes to the left, and it has one dot at the bottom. So these forms right here, I gave you different examples with real words. For example, we have bait. Let me make this bigger. How can I make this bigger? Full screen? There we go. We have bait. Ba is right here in its initial form in the beginning of the word. There's other letters with different dots. We're going to learn how to identify these letters later. But for right now, I want you to recognize this B. Bait, which means house in Arabic. When we say Baytullah, the house of Allah, we're referring to the Kaaba in Saudi Arabia. Baytullah, the house of Allah. Bayt starts with a B. What's the second chapter of the Holy Quran? Baqarah. Baqarah. We have B right here. This is the B in Baqarah. And inshallah, we all get into the level where we can recognize each letter and read it. That's where we want to get to. Baqarah. We have the word that I'm not too fond of, but many people like to use. We have Habibi. Habibi. We have Ba right here, and then Ba right here. So there's two B's in the word Habibi, which is going to be saying like my love, my dear one. I wasn't raised talking to men like that, so it's not part of my culture, but this is popular within the Arabic talk. We have qalb, which means dog in Arabic. We have ba right here in its final form at the end of the letter. I always like to make this joke because Arabic has different heavy letters and they have different light letters. Qalb means heart. Qalb means dog. So when we change the sound of a word, maybe not knowing how to pronounce it, you may be changing the word. So there's a joke, I saw it on TikTok. It was actually hilarious. The guy was not Muslim and he goes, how do I tell my girlfriend, you are my heart? And the Arab guy goes, Anti qalbi, which means you are my heart when you're talking to a female. And then the guy goes, Anti kalbi. And now he's saying, you are my dog. Qalb, kalb. There's a slight difference between the K sound and the Q sound. So when I understood it, I laughed and may Allah make it easy on everybody. Right here, the letter Ba. Last example, we have Uzbu'a, which means week, like we have class every week. We have the letter Ba right here. It's in the middle. We recognize it in its medial form, like right here. Right here. Dot at the bottom. It's right there. So slowly but surely, we'll start recognizing and finding these letters. And initial in the beginning, middle in the middle, final in the final. Every letter has different forms. Some will be easier to spot, others completely change. And that we're just going to have to get used to. Expanding further on the positions, I just put different colors just to give you guys different examples. So we have the letter Ba as well in the initial form right here. Bint, which means girl. I put it right here. Let's not get confused that there's a dot at the top. The dot at the bottom is what we're looking for right now. We have the word Abu, which is referring to someone's father, like Abu Muhammad, Abu Isa. We say the father of. Notice the letter Ba right here. Now, the question comes, why did I put this as an initial letter when it's not in the beginning of a word? I said initial is when you start in the beginning. This letter is in the beginning. Why is this considered the beginning? Because the initial, middle, and end is when you have a combination of letters. So there's certain letters that don't combine to their left, which is, in this example, the letter Alif. It breaks the word in two, giving a space, and now we have a letter combined with another letter. So technically, we have an isolated letter. We have the initial form of the letter Ba, and then we have the final form of another word, because this is now the beginning and the end of these two letters in combination. I hope that's clear. If it's not, go ahead and ask, but no worries. We're going to have more examples in the future. So this is the beginning of the combination of these two letters. That's why it's in its initial form. Going to the not the colors, but the middle form. I put the color in blue. This is the ba in its middle form right here. Usbu', which means week. Khabas, which means bread. We have the ba right here. And al-bab, which means the door. We have the letter ba right here in its middle form. And we have the letter ba in its isolated form, being that some letters don't combine to their left. So we have two B's right here. And the final form of the letter ba, more examples, we have kalb, which means dog, the B right here. Uhibbu, which means I love, right here. And al-ab, which is right here. The letter ba in its isolated form. Because again, there's certain letters that don't connect. And when there's no connection, sometimes the letter's left by itself. Anybody have any questions? Covered the letter, how do you pronounce it, how to identify it in its different forms.
Raul, I have a question.
What's up?
Hey, so obviously when you get more advanced, right?
Hmm?
Your brain is processing the word, like you're chunking it, right? By that I mean you're not going letter by letter, but your brain is just recognizes the word altogether, right?
Yeah,
Does that make sense? That's what you're doing, but that's what a more advanced level, right? That's when you know all of the alphabet and your brain just memorizes the way the words look, right?
yeah, most definitely. Let's say like when you look at something in English, you're not necessarily thinking house, H-O-U. You don't think too much. You just read house, and it doesn't require that much effort. You'll get to that point as well. It just takes time.
Thank
Answer
you.
your question? Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
All right, let me introduce the haraka. The haraka is going to be the symbols on top and at the bottom of words. So this is the alphabet. This is a word. It has different letters. On top and at the bottom, there's different symbols. These symbols were made for the non-Arabs, me and you, to learn how to read, to use them to read. So what we're concentrated on is some, and then later on in the program, I'm introduce more advanced ones. For example, this little dash, firstly, this circle right here is as if there's a letter. So if there's a letter here, when there's a dash on top, this is the vowel of A, which is pronounced ah. So whenever there's a dash on top, you're going to add the ah sound. This is called fatha. The next one over is called kasra. It's a dash at the bottom. You're going to add the vowel of E. Which I wrote right here. E. And this, that I call it the ribbon, it's called the dhamma. And whenever you find the dhamma on top of a letter, you're going to add the vowel of U. So in Arabic, we have A, I, U as the vowels. And if you guys hear, for example, an E or an O, it's probably dialect, or it's probably due to different combinations of letters that make it sound that way. But in order to recite the Qur'an properly, you really have to focus on A, I, U. And yeah, I think that's it for now. So I won't give you guys too much information. And as well, I like making a song out of this. Fata'a kasra'i dhamma u. Fata'a kasra'i dhamma u. So you can kind of try to remember. Fatha is a, kasra is I, dhamma is u. So remember I was saying the letter ba, that's the name of the letter. What sound does it make? It makes the B sound. It's just the B by itself. So when you put a dash on top of the ba, now you read B and A. This is the B, this is an A. You read it as ba. Whenever you find a kasra at the bottom, this is the B. You're going to add the E under it. So this is a B, this is a E. Now you read it as B. And whenever you find the dhamma or the ribbon on top, this is a B, this is a U. Now you read it bu. So now you're adding the vowel to each or to this letter. So we have ba, bi, bu is how you would read this. Does anybody have any questions? Later on, I'm going to introduce more. The shadda makes a double letter. The med does an extension of a letter. And I will introduce the sukun now. The sukun is either this little symbol right here, which we find in the Qur'an. The sukun is nothing when there's nothing on top of it. For example, this letter has nothing on top. This letter has nothing on top. We consider that sukun. And sometimes we have a circle, an empty circle basically. It's also considered a sukun. So let's go to the sukun on the letter ba. This is the ba, and this is a sukun over it. This is without a vowel. So ba and sukun is just gonna be the b sound. You're no vowel. You just put your lips together and make a b sound. So for example, if I go all the way up, the word qalb, this is the K, has a fatha. This is the L, has a sukun because there's nothing on top. And the ba also has a sukun because there's nothing on top. So right here it's read qalb. The L, it makes an L sound, an L, a consonant. And then the ba makes a B sound because there's no vowel attached to it. Qalb. B. I'm just repeating so you guys can hear it. So, ba, bi, bu, b is how you would read with the different haraka attached to it. And whenever we're done learning the 4 letters of today, we're going to do an exercise, which is now implementing the haraka and recognizing each letter in its different forms. And that's how we produce sound, or that's how we're going to start reading. Does anybody have any question? Because now we're going to the next letter. Okay, the letter ta. This is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. The letter ta, it's similar to the ba. The only difference is it has 2 dots on top. So the dot in the bottom from the ba, ta has 2 dots on top. If you guys want to maybe help you memorize, you can say tu, ta. Tu and ta both start with T. Maybe that helps you memorize that there's 2 dots on top. This one was easy for me because it looks like a happy face. So the happy face is the letter ta. Something in pronunciation is that the letter ta in Arabic is actually pronounced like in Spanish. So we don't want to say ta ti tu when we get to the vowels. We actually want to say ta ti tu. It's probably be easier for a Spanish speaker. Or maybe if you guys are able to articulate that, may Allah make it easy. But yeah, in English we say t with more air. In Spanish we say ta. We say tú. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Cómo te va? Te. We want to make that T lighter. So same thing with this letter. You guys write it out as much as y'all need to memorize ta, ta, ta. Make sure to put the dots and repeat often. Where does it come from? The tip of the tongue that touches the gums behind the 2 upper front teeth. So when you guys say the ta, you'll notice the tongue is touching the back of the front 2 teeth. It also comes with that little bit of air. And for me, one of my favorite words is taco. So the ta is definitely used there. Let me get to the positions before I get to these examples. The same thing with the positions as the letter ba. We find the initial form in the beginning of a word with 2 dots on top. It combines to its left, being whatever letter comes after it. Arisa, which are these 3 letters?
Ta, alif, ta.
Good. Ta, alif, ta. And soon enough, I'll be asking other people. Alhamdulillah. So we have ta in its initial form right here. Ta in its medial form in the middle of the word goes from here to here, and it has the 2 dots on top. So technically, we have 3 letter tas right here. Right now, we're focused on the medial form in the middle. Ta in its final form connects to its right. It looks most like its isolated form. 2 dots on top. So we have to learn to recognize them in their different forms. And here's some examples that one may recognize. The word tamar means date. Date as in the food you eat, like when you're breaking fast. So we have ta in its initial form right here. You may recognize that fatha. That's why I say tamur, date. We have the word kitab, which means book. We have ta right here in its middle form, medial form. Kitab. Notice that ba has a sukun because there's no symbols above or under it. So it makes a b sound at the end. Kitab, book. Kitabullah, the book of Allah. We have bait. I showed you the example of B in the beginning. Now we have T at the end. This is the ta in its final form. It has a sukun because there's nothing above or under it. So what is the ta with sukun? Bait means house. We have tisa, which is the number 9 in Arabic. We have ta with kasra. The dash at the bottom makes an E sound. So T and I, T. Tisa, the number 9. And we have the word kutub, which is actually the plural of books. Of books, so it's books. It's like adding an S. We have T or ta in the middle. Kutub. Ta has a dhamma, so you put a U to it. Tu. Ba has a sukun. Tub. Kutub. Books. I hope the formula is becoming a little bit more clear. We're recognizing the letter, recognizing the positions, eventually adding the harakah, and it should be easier for us to learn. Here I'm concentrated in the positions, just giving you guys more examples. Ta in its initial form. In the beginning of a word, we have it here. Ta. We have dates. Tamur right here. Ta, 2 dots, initial. We have the word khatam. Why is this considered the initial form? It's not in the beginning because there's certain letters that don't connect, and whenever we have a combination, we have the beginning, middle, or end. So technically, this is the beginning, this is the end, this is the beginning, this is the end of those combinations. Even though it's one word, beginning, end, because of that break in the middle. For the medial or middle examples, we have kutub, books, that right here. Kitab, book, that right here. And this one's a good one because it's part of the final exam. Surah Al-Fatiha. Nasta'een. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'een. This is the N, this is the S, this is the Ta. Nasta'een. That's why I want to get you guys to be able to recognize every single letter and recognize there's a T right there. MashaAllah. Final form, we have it here. Ta, in its final form. I'm always going to be referring to the dots because we're going to be using the dots to recognize the letters. We have bint, which means girl, that right here. We have tut, that in its initial form, that in its isolated form, because there's certain letters that don't connect, so that is left by itself. I believe tut is going to be some berries. So I put the pictures. Sometimes the pictures help people. Some people are more visual learners. We have tut right there. Does anybody have any questions about the positions? Okay, I'm going to continue to the harakah. What's the song? Fatha kasra I dhamma u. Fatha makes the a sound, kasra I sound, dhamma u sound. Whenever we find the ta, this is the name of the letter, but it makes the sound of t. Whenever we find a fatha on top, we're going to add an a, or we're going to add an a to it. So t and a, ta. T and kasra, ti. And T and Doma, tu. So right here it's read as ta, ti, tu. Everyone good? Everyone following me? Everyone an expert in Arabic now? Mashallah, mashallah. Okay.
So.
Ta, ti, tu. Okay. The letter ta with sukun. Remember, the sukun is either nothing. It may be these three symbols. This one, nothing, or the empty circle. I'm going to be giving you different examples. But the T right here has a sukun because there's nothing above or at the end. Harakat is the T by itself without a vowel. So that's why at the end I said harakat. It's just this T right here at the end. That's how you read this word right here. So we should be able to recognize now the B and the T, the ta and the ba. And on the exercises, we're going to be practicing with all the letters, inshallah. If everybody's good, I'll continue to the letter tha.
I did have a question.
What's up?
I wanted to know for the araka, does it always go above like what would signify what the letter would be? So like for the 2 dots for the tha or the 1 dot below for the ba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, I was listening. What was the
Oh,
question?
does the haraka always go above or below it? Like the dot would stay closest to the actual written letter.
So the haraka is going to be the symbols like these right here. There's dashes. There's what I call this ribbon. There's this empty circle. There's a thing that looks like a W. There's a thing that looks like another dash. These are the haraka. The dots are actually part of the letter.
Okay,
So
and
those
that
are
would always stay closest to the like how for like there's like that U sort of shape. It will stay closest to that U sort of shape, and we'll add the araka either above that or below it, depending on where the dot is.
yes. So this one looks like the dhamma. There'll be a dhamma on top of it if you're adding a U to it.
Okay.
This letter right here. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And then for the dots, we're just gonna have to get used to it because this is the B. There's another letter with 2 dots, and it may be a little confusing. So you have to kind of recognize this is a letter and this is another letter, and that just comes with time.
Okay.
Thank you for the question. Let's go to the letter tha. The letter tha is gonna be similar to ba and ta, being that it's written the same way, but it has 3 dots with it. So if you want to remember 3, I'm gonna exaggerate the th. 3 dots. Also, since the T looks like a happy face, I don't know if memorizing this as an alien or something. I don't know. Whatever helps you guys memorize. But the TH is actually way easier to pronounce in English because in Spanish we don't have it. So we have, for example, the word Theodore in English. If you guys like movies, we have the Avengers, Thor. You really get that TH in there. Thor, Theodore. And or 3. It kind of comes out with 3, the number 3. So the TH, you're going to put your tongue in between your teeth and air is going to come around it. Let me get close to the mic. The air is important because that's how you pronounce the sound. Something you guys may be recognizing or used to, the word thawb, which is the long dress the imam wears. Thawb. It starts with a tha. To practice the same thing, guys write it out, pronounce it. And since we're at this
Quick
point,
question.
sorry?
Quick question on the word thawb. That's symbol on top of the ba. Is that a sukoon as well?
Let me get close to it. So this is actually called a dommatain. And how you would read this 100% would be thawbun. Thawbun. So it's not a sukun. The sukun is actually right here.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can explain later why bun is added at the end. But I'll say that for later. I don't want to confuse anybody. Okay. I was going to mention that when you guys are writing in your notebooks or your printed paper, also practice with the haraka. Say tha, fatha, tha, and write it tha, fatha, tha, kasra, thi. Write the dash at the bottom, thi, tha, dhamma, and do the ribbon, tha, dhamma, thu. and just write it over and over and over again until it really, really sticks. The more you practice, the more it'll stick, inshallah. Where does the tha come from? The tip of the tongue that touches the lower edge of the two upper teeth, front teeth. Like I said, you want to kind of put your tongue sticking out. I don't know if you can see my camera. Kind of sticking out a bit. Air comes around the tongue. What's cool about the first class is most of the letters and the positions look the same. The only thing that's changing is the dots. So hopefully you guys got used to the formula already. Initial form of the tha, right here in the beginning, 3 dots on top. It starts combining, and then you add the rest of the letters. Tha in the medial form or in the middle, connect to its right, connect to its left, 3 dots on top. Tha in its final form, looks most like its isolated version, combines at the end, 3 dots on top. So different words that you guys may recognize from Arabic. We have the word thumma, th, thumma, tha with a dhamma, thu, thumma. We find it all over the Quran. It means then. Thumma, then this happened. Thumma, then that happened. Tha in its middle form, we find it here. It actually has a sukoon because there's no haraka added to it. So we have the word mithal, which means example. Mithal. So the example right here is an example. Mithal. Hear the th coming out. Mithal. We have the word thalb, which is tha right here, and in its initial form. I believe this is a type of coyote. I think it's this guy right here. Yeah. Thalb. The ba has a sukoon at the end. B. That's why I finished with the sound of B. Thalb. We have the number 2 in Arabic. Ithnain. We have tha right here with a sukoon. Ithnain. And the last example, we have the letter tha in its middle form with a dhamma, with a u sound, and the tha with sukoon because there's nothing above or under it, so a th at the end. This is pronounced as al-mabathuth. Al-mabathuth. And for many pronouncing, a th is difficult. Thuth. It almost sounds like tooth. There's a th in there as well. And we have a ba right here with sukoon. This is the empty circle with sukoon. Al-mab. The B kind of jumps from your lips. Al-mabathuth. This is referring to a type of moth, referring to the Day of Judgment. Allah tells us in the Qur'an that we will be like moths scattered on the Day of Judgment. You know how moths don't stay still and they're moving around? People, out of their anxiety, out of their fear, out of their confusion, they're going to be scattered on the Day of Judgment like moths. May Allah make it easy on all of us. There goes the moth. There goes the number 2. And there goes some garlic. Giving you guys different examples with the positions. We have tha in its initial form right here. Thum, which means garlic. Initial form here. And ithnain, which means the number 2, right here. Tha. Why is this the initial form? Because certain letters don't connect. So whenever the combination of letters start, that's when we have initial, middle, end. Tha in its middle form here. Here. Oh, this is a good example actually. The name Uthman. Uth. The third caliph, Uthman radiallahu anhu, has a tha in its name. And we have the letter tha right here in the middle. Yathrib. I'll save this for the end. If somebody can give me information about what is Yathrib, you guys will get a cookie, a virtual cookie. It's a little bit of an advanced question. Yathrib has a tha right here. We have tha in its final form here. 3 dots in the final. 3 dots in its final form. And then again, the moth example. Tha in its middle form. Tha in its isolated form because there's certain letters that do not connect. So tha is left by itself. We have the letter ba right here. You guys can recognize it. Does anybody have any questions about the positions? Alhamdulillah. Going to the harakah. Fata'a, kasra'i, dhamma'u. Whenever we find tha is the name of the letter, th is what the sound it produces. Whenever we find tha with a fatha on top, we add an a, tha. Whenever we find tha with a kasra at the bottom, thi. And whenever we find tha with a dhamma, the ribbon, we add a u, thu. So right here we have tha, thi, thu. Anybody have any questions? Okay. And tha with sukoon, if you add an empty circle on top of it, or if there's nothing at all, then it's just the th sound. And I gave you guys the example of al-mabathuth, the th at the end, or Uthman. Uth. You really get the th sound there. Cool. No questions. I'll continue to the last letter, which is, I say the alif to the end because the alif has actually different functions in Arabic. And usually when I start with the alif, it confuses people. But cool. We reached the first letter of the alphabet, the letter alif. Alif is going to be the little stick. I call it a stick. You can maybe memorize it by a 1, but it's just you write it from up, down. Alif. To help you guys in pronunciation, you really got to get the kasra out. I, alif. Many people say ale, le, like an e sound. Alif sounds lazy. Alif. Get the e out clear. And again, with what I told you, fatha, kasra, dhamma, a, I, u. Make it sound clear. It'll help you guys on your recitation. Alif, lam, mim. It's the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah. Alif. Make sure you guys to write it. For practice, where does alif come from? From the emptiness of the mouth. You just open your mouth and you come out with the word of ah. Alif also works as a vowel, and it has different functions in Arabic. So the first thing about alif is that it does not connect to its left. It's haram. Alif made it haram for itself to connect to its left. It's more of a joke, but yeah, nothing connects to its left. So I'm going to be repeating that the whole program, that alif does not combine to its left. So alif in its initial form, or in the beginning of the word, is technically its isolated form, but we also have to consider beginning, middle, and end, is that we have it by itself, no connection. Alif right here. We should be able to recognize ba and ta at this point. Alif, ba, ta. Alif in its middle form, in the middle of a word, it combines to its right, but it doesn't combine to its left. So we find alif here, stick, combine, nothing on its left. In its final form, we find it combined, and at the end, right here. So depending where it's at, it's going to look different. And right here, we're noticing the beginning, middle, and end. And I'll explain a little bit more when we get to the next part. But words we may recognize. We have the word Allah. Allah starts with an alif, so you actually say ah in the beginning. Al. I'm going to say it really slow. Allah. Allah on the pronunciation. This also looks like an alif, but it's actually a L or a lam in Arabic. These do combine to its left, so that's why we want to distinguish between the alif and the lam. There's also a small little alif on top of the name Allah right here. That I will explain later. We have the word kitab. Kitab. What are we doing here? We have a ta with a fatha, T-A, and then we have an alif after a fatha. So technically, this is a K-I-T-A-A-B. Kitab. So whenever there's an alif after a fatha, we're actually going to extend the sound of the A. So it's incorrect to say kitab. That's too fast. We have to say kitab. We're extending the A sound because we have a T, an A, and another A. Alif acts as a vowel as well. It acts as an extension, and I'm about to get that when we get to the harakah. And hopefully this doesn't throw you guys off, but we have ummah. The alif now turned into an oo sound. Ummah. which means community. We have an alif with a dhamma. Whenever we add the harakat to the alif, we actually change, instead of a, we change it to e, or we change it to u. Umma, when we added that dhamma. And I'll get to that in a bit. We have the word ana, which means I in Arabic. Alif with a fatha. Alif as an extension. It's part of the different functions of the alif. Whenever it has a harakah, we say a, I, u with it. And whenever we find it by itself after a fatha, we extend the a sound. Ana. The first a is short, the second one is extended. Ana. You can say, or I can say, Ana Raul. I am Raul. Or Isa, he can say, Ana Isa. I am Isa. So it's a good way to introduce yourself in Arabic. But just get ready because people are going to be talking to you in Arabic and be like, yo, I can't talk. I can't talk yet. And we have the word Ibrahim. The alif has a kasra. We actually turn it into an e. Ibrahim. The ba has a sukun. Ibba. The b kind of jumps from the lips. And to add another layer to it, there's another sound in Arabic with the vowels. A, I, U. We actually have an aw sound, like the word awesome in English. So we're going to make a heavy sound, which is aw. And the R in Arabic makes a heavy sound. Ibrahim.
Say that one more time. When it follows the R, it makes the aw sound.
Yeah, there's different letters that are considered heavy letters, and the R is heavy. So you're not gonna say ibara, you're gonna say but ibara. And when we get to these heavy letters, I'm gonna make that distinction and say this is a heavy letter. You don't say a, you say ah. And that's why we say Ibrahim instead of Ibarahim. Is that clear, bro?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So right here, I wrote that there's only isolated and there's only final form, because the only forms you do see is kind of by itself or how it looks like this. This is the position as in the beginning, middle, and end, but as well, we have it just by itself or just with a connection. So sometimes the same terms are used. I hope it doesn't cause confusion. Okay, alif in its initial form, which is its isolated form. By itself, we have ab, which means when we say abu, father, ab, alif right here. Right now, we're actually just recognizing the positions. Asad, lion, asad, right here. And the word alhamdulillah, we have alif in the beginning. This is actually an L. The L does combine to its left, and sometimes it has that little, I'm going to call it a hat, but sometimes it doesn't have it, so many people may confuse it as an alif. I'm going to say it again. Alif does not connect to its left. Alhamdulillah starts with an alif. Ah. Alif in its middle form, we have it here, here, and Ibrahim is actually alif here and alif here. Alif in the beginning here, alif at the end here. And now, guys, this is extra information, so take maybe note, but we're not going to see this till the end of the program. Alif sometimes changes the way it looks. So when we expect the word ala to be looking like this with the alif as we're learning it, it actually turned into a little tail like this. So this we will read ala, and this is how we're going to find the word. Even though that it's supposed to technically look like this, the Arabs are like, nah, we're going to write it like this. So this is just a little bit more advanced, but I'm just giving you a heads up because you might ask, why do we say ala and there's no alif? This is it. And we also have the word la, which means no, or it means a negation. We would think it means this is the L and this is the alif. We would think it should look like this. The Arab was like, nope, don't like these the way it looks. We're actually going to make it go like this. So the computer didn't let me put the color, but the alif is this second line right here. This is the L. This is the L. The alif is supposed to look like this, but the Arab was like, no, we're going to make it look like this. So this is L and A, la, which we find it in the Shahada, La ilaha illallah. If you ever see it written, you're going to see this la right there, where you're negating that there is none worthy of worship. La, you start with a negation. So this we'll get to it later, but I wanted to point it out that at the end, we might find alifs like this because I will be sharing hadith and everything with you guys, and I just want you guys to know that. No questions? Continuing. Fatha kasra doma, fatha a kasra I doma u. So the alif, since it's already an a, we're going to change it when we add the harakah. So whenever you add a fatha to alif, you read it as an a regularly. Whenever you add a kasra to it, you're going to change the whole thing to an e. That's why in Ibrahim, we read it as an e. And then whenever you add the dhamma, the whole thing gets changed to an u. So we have a, I, u. U is going to be the example of umma that I showed you guys in the beginning. You might as well go to it so you can see it. Alif with a dhamma, u. Alif with a kasra, I. Ibrahim, umma. The rest were fathah, so it's a, or the rest were extensions. And I'm about to get to the extension. And let me add this as well. So the hamza, I'm going to explain to you guys later because the hamza also has different forms. I'm trying my best not to overload you with information, but this is the hamza. In the hamza, you're going to find it whenever there's a harakah. Most of the time. There's a lot of rules with Arabic. Most of the time, you're going to find the hamza. And the function of the hamza with the harakah is that it makes it real short. A, I, u. You're not going to want to say a, I, u. It's just real quick. A, ana, I, Ibrahim, u, umma. You say it really, really quick. There's no extension with it. That's part of the function of the hamza. And there's more, but again, I don't want to overload you. But to add a little bit more to the sauce, the letter alif after a fatha extends the a. This is the extension I was talking about. So whenever we find an alif by itself after a fatha, this is called med, and the med extends the sound. So for example, we already learned the letter ba. So ba plus fatha, ba. Ba plus fatha, it's just ba, ba. Whenever you add an alif, you're going to add another a. So whenever you guys are doing the homework, I want to see ba for this one, and I want to see baa for this one. So b-a-a. And now it's pronounced ba. First one, ba. Second one, ba. You extend the a. And in Arabic is very important, the extension, because it actually changes the meaning of the word if you shorten or you extend. That's why when reciting the Qur'an, if we don't know, it's okay, because the Prophet, peace be upon him, said you're rewarded based on your intention. But if you're extending, like, I don't know, you say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbi. Now you sound like you're singing, but it's incorrect to do stuff like that because you're changing the sound. Arabic is very, very specific. I remember I was reciting Suratul Bayna, and I said in one of the words, Jahannama, and I extended the at the end. And my father-in-law goes, why are you saying Jahannama? And I go, because the word is Jahannam. Jahannama means hellfire. And he said, whenever you say Jahannama, you're saying there's two hellfires. So now you're saying that the Quran is saying that there's two hellfires. And I was like, no. And it's like, it's okay, just correct yourself. So we want to keep things short and keep things long where they need to be. It's all part of the science of the Arabic, or the tajweed, which is actually now pronouncing the things correctly. So med is going to be the extension of a, and later on I'm going to show you the extension of u and the extension of e, but this is just covering the alif today in this class. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, let's get right to it. We'll start with the alif. I require participation now. Who wants to help me with number one? If not, I'm going to start calling out on people. Isa.
All right. Number one.
Yeah. It cut off, bro. Can you say it again?
Abu.
Nice. We have The letter Alif with a fatha, which is A. We have Ba with a Doma, which is Bu. So now this is read as Abu. How you would write it: an A, a B, and a U. It's going to be a little confusing because we're reading from right to left. We're writing from left to right. It's all right. I just want to know you guys are recognizing it. But I also want to get you guys to the level where you're saying Alif, Fatha, A, Ba, Doma, Bu. Abu. Thank you, bro. Who wants to do number 2? Not everybody at once.
I can try.
Yes.
Is
I can't hear you, by the way. I can't hear you, sister. Can anybody else hear her, or it's just on my end?
I can't hear her.
I
Okay.
can't hear her.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do number 2. Maybe she's saying it, but maybe she can go over it as she's hearing. We have Alif with a kasra. What is Alif and a kasra? E. Alif turns into an E sound. We have Ta with a fatha. Now we have a T and an A. T-A. Ta. How do you read this? E. Ta. E. Ta. How you would write it here? The letter I, the letter T, and the letter A. Ita. Doesn't mean anything. We're making sounds as we're learning. So hopefully the sister that said I would try also to try saying ita. Number 3, somebody else. By the way, we're doing this together. Like, I'm gonna walk you through it. If you have any questions, this is how we learn. You have to implement. So come on. Who is the other person that opened up their mic? Hello. Come on, I need somebody to step up. Okay, I'm gonna ask Risa again because I know he's in there. Risa.
Be right there.
Yeah.
Extend this. How do I full screen? That's not what I'm trying to do. My bad. Give me 1 second, man. I've touched something and I don't know what's going on.
No problem.
Okay.
Let me call it out. What's Alif with the Dhamma?
All right. Aleph with Duma, U,
This is an U, correct?
right? Uh, Tha with a Duma, Thu,
Thu. Good job. How do you say it together?
Uthu.
Uthu. That's it. We have Alif with Dhamma, which turns into a U sound, U. And we have THU, a Tha with a Dhamma, Thu. So U, THU, Uthu. And the reason I'm picking on Isa is because I know him and I know he's a little bit more advanced. So if you guys are like, hey man, that guy knows his stuff, he does know a little bit more. Let me go back over here because now I'm going to pick on somebody. Who's in here? Who's in here? Christian, who's Cian? Who's Anna?
They're all gonna say silent now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They joined the
So,
class. How am I supposed to know if they're learning? Who's Jose?
That's me.
Jose, help me out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, you're cool. Let's see. Number we did 3. How about number 4?
Alif, Alif.
Alif with a fatha.
Yeah, Alif with the fatha. It's A I U, A I U.
This one's just A.
Alif, A. Wouldn't it just be
Good.
A? Just A.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Alif with a
Mhm.
fatha. It's just a simple A. What is this second letter?
Uh, ba with a A I U. B. Ba.
Yeah, so this is BA. So you will read A, BA. Abba.
Abba, Abba.
Yep, that's how you read it. Abba. So you will write A, B, A, Abba. That's how you pronounce it. Good job.
Right here.
Ooh, I added 3 letters. Risa, you're gonna have to help me out a lot if everybody else is gonna stay quiet.
Got you. So it's Alif with a Duma. So
Mm-hmm.
U,
Ooh,
and then there's Ta with a Fatha. So Ta,
da. Say it in Spanish. Da.
Ta, Ta,
Good.
Ta.
I heard it.
And then with the
Okay.
extension, the Alif.
Alif at the end. Well, not at the end, but after a fatha, it extends. So we see nothing on top or bottom of the alif. So now we have u,
Uta, Uta,
uta, and you extend it. Uta.
Uta.
Good. Alif, dhamma, u, ta, fatha, ta, alif extension. Uta. U, T, A. That's how you would write it. Perfect. Thank you. Let me ask Jose.
Okay. That would be I-E. That's the E. So Alif, I-E, I-E,
Alif with a
Alif,
kasra, you read it just as an E
I,
sound. So E.
oh, E,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the ta. No, Alif, ba, ta. That's ta, right?
That's
Ta,
TH, yeah. Tha.
yeah, ta.
Tha with a
Al,
fatha. It's just like its name. THA.
yeah, ta,
Tha.
ta, ta.
And this alif, what are we going to do with it?
You're extending it. Alif,
Good.
no, yeah.
You're just adding an
So
to it.
okay. So Alif,
Oh, sorry. So you're not going to say alif when reading the alif. The alif is just the name. You're going to say when
oh
reading it by itself. So
Okay.
right
So
here with the kasra, it's E, THA,
E,
tha,
ta,
E,
E,
and then
ta,
there you go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Ita,
Etha.
Ita,
Good.
Ita.
Good. And it's good that we break it down because some people are like, I don't hear alif in what we're reading. No, alif is the name, and the sounds we're producing is just a, I, u, or extension of a.
Thank you.
So very good. I will repeat it. Alif with a kasra turns into an E sound. Tha with a fatha, THA, and then alif, you're adding another A. So ITHAA. Etha.
Ita.
That's it. Perfect. Risa, number 7.
So Alif with a Duma. So U. And then Ba with a Kasra. So B.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tha with a Fatha. So Tha. And then extended with an Alif. So Ubitha.
There you go.
Ubitha.
There you go. Perfect. Alif with the dhamma, you're going to read it as an U sound. The A or the A turns into an U. Ba with a kasra, B-I,
Ubi.
technically, B-I. Tha with a fatha, T-H-A. And then alif after a fatha, you just add another A. So it extends. U, B, Tha, U, B, I, T-H-A, A. So I want you guys to write it. Ooh, let's put Jose to the test. Number 8. Unless some of
Okay.
the
So that
sisters
should
are
be
available. Mm-hmm.
E, and then I believe
Good.
that's ba,
Ba has one
Iba.
dot at the bottom.
Oh, I'm
Which
sorry.
letter?
That's oh no, no, that's the second one. Alif, ba, ta. Is that ta? No.
Tha has
Mhm.
3. Which one has
Yeah,
2?
ta. Alif, ba, ta,
Ta.
ka, ha. Alif,
Ta.
ba, ta. Which one?
Ta has 2. The T.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right?
And
Ta,
to
right?
help you memorize, 2 starts with a T. It has 2. Tha
That's
starts
right.
with TH. 3 has 3. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That one's ta, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's ita,
Good extension.
ita, and it's ita,
There you go, bro.
ita,
There you go. Mashallah.
ita. Uh-huh.
There you go. Good. I'm going to break it down. That's great. That makes me happy. Alif with a kasra. E. Ta with a fatha. Ta. Alif. We extend it because it's technically an A by itself. So ita. I heard him extend it really nice. and then THE, because we put a kasra. Itathi. Itathi.
Could I ask
ITA Alif THI. Yes, ma'am.
sorry, I got disconnected earlier, but I wanted to
Mm.
know why the kasra wasn't centered underneath the tha.
It may be more centered when it's in its middle form.
Oh.
If I find an example, I'll show you. But when it's see, like here with the ba, it's right in the middle. And maybe by the way it looks, because I don't have an answer for you, maybe it just they added it towards like left centered. Yeah.
Okay. Does the I guess how centered it is not really matter more so than the direction?
No. What we're recognizing is just that this is at the bottom and it creates an E, the vowel E. Yeah.
Sister, if I may, I would assume as to why it's more to the left, so you won't confuse it, with the letter to the right of it.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my assumption, though. I don't have a reason.
I would assume it's well because maybe if there's a ba, the dot might be right here.
Exactly.
So, I never had that question about positioning, but yeah. You want to try number 9, sister?
Yes, inshallah. Okay.
You actually got the hard one. It's the most letters.
U with the duma.
Good.
Or alif with the duma, but pronounced u.
Correct.
Then ba with a kasra, so ba.
Fatha on top. Fa.
Fata, excuse me,
Ba.
fata. And then so elongated with the alif, so ba. And
Perfect.
then ta with a kasra, elongated with the
Fatha.
alif. I keep saying, okay, fata.
I know. And I know what you mean, though. So good.
Kasra. And then elongated with the alif. So tha. And then tha, th with the kasra again and extended with the alif. So it would be u, ba, ta, tha.
Perfect. Great. Amazing.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm glad you were able to break that down. And I'll just go over it really briefly because you did great. Alif with the dhamma makes a oo sound, so oo really quick. Ba with a fatha, ba, alif extension, ba. The same for the rest, so ubatatha means absolutely nothing. We're just learning and practicing. Good. That's it for the letter Alif. We actually have more for the letter Batatha. And this is as well when I have way more people in the class. But I guess we have a lot to practice today. Wants to do number 1?
I'll do it.
Go for it, bro.
Ba with a fatha, extended with a alif, so ba.
Ba. B-A-A. Ba. B-A-A. Good. Number 2.
I'll do that one.
Go for it.
That's a ba with a u. So boo. Is that
Boo.
right? Boo.
Mm-hmm.
Boo, and then that's a I e. Right. That's ta. Isn't it ta?
Correct.
With the t right? So booty.
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 Correct.
Yeah, there we go.
We did yesterday in class. Everybody started laughing. Just B-U-T-I. Ba dhamma,
Booty.
da kasra. Booty
Mm-hmm.
means
Real
nothing
quick
in Arabic.
question. Just to make sure that okay, so the alif, ba, and then ta and tha, right? That's how it is.
Yes.
Ta and tha,
Alif, ba, ta, tha. Correct.
ta, right?
Yeah, one's a T, the other one has an H after it. So tha. In English, we have the word Thor, Theodore,
Ta,
tooth,
ta,
tooth.
tha.
That has a TH at the end.
Thank you.
No problem. Wants to do number 3? Sister, you available?
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
So that is ba with a kasra. And then that is ta with the duma. So bitu.
That's it. Perfect. Ba
Right.
kasra bi, tha doma thu. Bithu. B-I-T-H-U. think Alif was the hardest one, so you guys are just rolling through now. Number 4.
I'll do number 4.
Go for
So
it.
it's gonna be an alif with a kasra. So e, then ba with a fatha. So ba, iba, iba,
That's it.
iba.
Iba. Good. When you said Iba, you put
Yeah,
an
I
alif to
changed
it.
it.
And
Yeah,
then you
exactly.
corrected it. You corrected yourself. Iba.
Yeah,
Alif kasra I, ba fatha ba. Iba.
iba.
And that's great because again in the recitation, if we start extending when we're not supposed to, you start adding letters. Technically adding letters to the Quran, so it's not good. But again, we learn as we go, so it's not too bad if you're doing it unintentionally. Number 5.
I'll try.
I'll do this one.
Oh, go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so it's ba kasra b, ta dhamma tu, and ba dhamma bu.
That's
So
it.
b tu bu.
Perfect. Ba with a kasra B, ta with a dhamma tu, ba with a dhamma bu. Bitubu. 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 Awesome. Number 6.
May I try? May I try?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's alif with a u. So, oh man, how do you do that one? Alif
So
with a
the
u.
so the alif, whenever you add a haraka,
Oh, oh,
fatha kasra dhamma, you just turn it into a vowel. So it's either a, I, u.
oh, u. So that'd be u, and then that's a th. Uth, uth, b, uth, b, uth,
Tha,
uth,
the
b.
tha has a fatha, so you have to add a
Oh, oh, I
tha.
didn't see that. I didn't see it. Yeah.
No problem.
So it'd be the uthibu,
The
uthibi.
fatha has
No,
a sound.
oh, I'm sorry, sorry. Uthabi. Is that right?
There you go. There you go. Good job.
Uthabi, right?
Yeah. And I also like that when you didn't see the fatha, you were doing the sukun sound to it. That's good too.
Mhm.
But
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give
Yeah.
examples of the sukun soon. But yeah, good job. Alif, dhamma, u, tha, fatha, tha, ba, kasra, bi. U, tha, bi. Good, good. I can hear your brain working. It's awesome. Okay, here comes the first example of sukun. Who wants to try number 7? Remember,
I'll
the
do it.
sukun is a circle that's empty or nothing at all. Go for it, bro.
So it's gonna be alif with a fatha, then a ba with a sukun. So ab.
That's it. A, B. Alif with a fatha, it's just a. And ba with sukun, it's just a B sound. So ab, ab. And the B has that characteristic that it kind of jumps from your lips. Ab. Number 8. Another sukun. Someone else.
Okay, I'll do this one.
Good.
Is ba fata ba with the olive, so it's extended, and then ba with a zakun.
Mhm.
So bab.
There you go. Sounded great. Bab. Ba with a fatha. Ba. Alif extension. B-A-A. Ba. And then B at the end because of the sukun. So bab. B-A. B-A-A-B is how you want to write it. And this actually means door in Arabic. Bab. So that's the first word that we're reading that actually has a meaning. Did I click on the wrong one? No, I didn't. So if somebody's knocking on the door, you can say somebody's knocking on the bab. Someone's knocking on the door. Good. Number 9. Good job, sis.
I like to challenge myself, so I think I want to try this one.
Let's go.
I see. I, E, U. So this is E,
Good.
and then it's but with so it's just but,
Yeah, the
so
consonant. So
ib, ib,
ib. Perfect.
ibta, yeah, ibta,
Good.
ibta, ibtata again. So
Mm-hmm.
ibtata, and then
And
you
just add the
extend it with,
extension at the end.
yeah, yes, ibtata, Is that right?
There you go. Yeah.
Ibtata.
Good job, bro. Alhamdulillah. Makes me feel happy inside. We have alif with a kasra, e, ba with a sukoon, ib. It's just like I and b together. Ib. Ta with a fatha, ta, and then ta fatha, alif, ta, ib, ta ta. Mean,
Ibtata.
means nothing, but it's good to practice. Awesome. All right, we're at ta. Practice with the ta. Wants to do number one. The beginning ones are easier than the latter ones. Actually, we technically did this one already, so I'll go ahead and knock it out. Da, like the brother said earlier, is da with a fatha, da, alif extension. T-A-A. Da. You do the extension with it. Number two.
Okay, I'll do this one. Da with the kasra, D, sa with the fatha, sa.
Mm-hmm.
So, D, sa.
That's it. Titha. Da kasrati. Tha fatha tha. Titha. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Number three.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a ta with a duma, so tu,
Tu. Say it in Spanish.
tu, tu,
Yeah. And I know you speak Spanish, that's why I'm asking you.
tu,
Yeah, the Arabic T is more in Spanish, so tu.
tu.
Mm-hmm.
With a ba with a fatha, so ba, so tuba,
Tuba. Perfect.
tu,
T-U-B-A.
tuba.
T-U-B-A. Tuba. Es todo. Number four.
I'll try this one.
About to say Jose's
Let's see.
getting all the alifs.
I,
Mm-hmm.
E, I, E, U. So E,
Mm-hmm.
E, U, E. I'll leave. No, this is ta. So tu, E, tu, E, tu, E, tu, bu, E, tu, bu.
That's it, bro. And I heard that T-U, very Spanish, so good. Alif with a kasra. E. Ta with a doma. Tu. Ba with a doma. Bu. E. Tu. Bu. Good, good, good. Number five.
Ba with the kasra, B, ta with the fatha, ta, and sa with the dhamma, thu.
Mm-hmm.
So, bita, thu, bita, thu.
That's it. Good job. Ba kasra bi, ta fatata, tha dhamma thu. B-I-T-A-T-H-U. Bitathu. Bitathu. That's it. I'm glad because we're technically reading, even though, they're not real words, but we're reading. Number six.
Sa fatha, ta,
Good.
ba dhamma, bu, ta kasra, ti, ta bu, si, oh, ta, sorry, ta
I know.
bu, ta
Ti.
buti,
Yeah.
ta buti.
Good. Tha fatatha. Ba dhamma bu. Ta kasrati. And sometimes it feels like a tongue twister. Thabuti. Perfect. Here comes the sukuns. Wants to try ta with the sukun.
I'll do it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, so we have an alif with a fatha, and then a ba with a sukun.
It's not a ba.
Oh, sorry, ta, ta,
Not ta with the sukun.
ta with sukun. So
At.
at,
Risa, where are you at? I haven't seen you at the mosque. You said this
um,
right. At. I'm messing with you. Alif, fatha, a. Ta with sukun is just a T by itself. So A-T. At. At. This is called hamz in Arabic. You add a little bit of air at the end. At.
at.
Mm-hmm. My teacher checks me all the time on that little bit of air. He's like, where is it? Where's the hams? Where's the hams? And I'm half crying. joking, but I'm half like, it's in there. Let's do number 8.
Now I'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So we have that's ta ta ta. So with ta, so ta, and then you extend it. So
Go ahead.
ta, and then you do the same thing again. Ta, no, it's just ta ta ta, right?
Correct.
Ta 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 ta
Tat.
ta
There it is.
ta.
Good. Yep. So we have a TA with an extension of the alif, and then you finish with the A. So I mean, sorry, you finish with a T. So it'll be TAAT. Tat. Tat. And,
That.
and this is called a sukun when there's nothing on it. The consonant without a vowel.
So,
Good job.
quick question. If you could go back to that same word we just did. So, I don't. Perhaps I'm hearing this. I'm not hearing this correctly. But on that last ta, are we over pronouncing that ta, or is this?
We may be, but I'm not being so strict. I just want you more to get the air out. And then what's recommended is that you kind of over exaggerate if you have to. It's better than doing it than not doing it. So if someone were to silence it, for example, that, then you're not really doing it. So I'd rather hear a tat than, and if I do hear a tat, then you did it anyways.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. And lastly on the ta. This is a sukun as well. Number 9.
Okay,
Somebody go
I'll
for
try.
it.
Hamza, Dama, U,
Ooh, good.
Ta Sukun,
So this is
Ba Dama, and Tha Fata Ta. So Ut Ut U Sa.
good job.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it's a little weird, but we have a U sound here. U. The ta with sukun is ut. It's like having UT together. Ut. Ba with a doma. TH fatha. Tha with a fatha. So ut butha. Ut butha. Good, good, good. All right, guys, just one more. Let's run through these because I have to pray Maghrib. And I think you guys you already got it. You did plenty of practice. Number 1.
So, tha with a fatha extended with an alif. So tha.
Tha. THA. Tha. You already explained it. Good job. Number 2.
CB, CB,
Thibi.
CB,
THIBI. Tha with a
CB,
kasra. Ba with a kasra. Thibi. Good job,
CB.
bro. That's it. Number 3.
Uthu.
That's it. Alif. Dhamma. U. Tha. Dhamma. Thu. Uthu. Number 4.
So, ta with a duma, tha with a fatha, and then ba with a fatha. So tu thaba, tu thaba.
Tu. Tha. Ba. Perfect. Number 5.
Bitati.
That's it.
Bitati.
Good. Ba kasra. Ta fatha. Tha kasra. Bi. Ta. Thi. Number 6.
Ethu, Ethu B? No, Ethu T. T.
There you go.
Ethu T.
Good job. Alif kasra. Tha dhamma. Ta kasra. U. Thu. Ti. Great, great, great. I think here comes the sukun.
Us.
Ath. Perfect. Alif. Fatha. Tha. Sukun. It's going to be saying like A-T-H. Ath. Ath. For Spanish speakers, that's super difficult to say. Good job. Number 8.
Uthtibu.
Hey. Alif. Dhamma. U. Tha. Sukun. Uth. Ta. Kasrati. Ba. Dhamma. Bu. Uthtibu. Uthtibu. And number 9 to wrap up the class.
Alif with a fatha, ba with a sukoon. So ab
Good.
ta thuth.
Good.
Ab
Hmm?
yeah, ab ta thuth.
There it is. Good, good, good. Yeah, a lot of people saying that TH is difficult. You said it right. So Alif, Hamza, Fatha, Alif, Hamza, A, Ba, Sukun, Ab, Ta, Fatha, Ta, Tha, Dhamma, Thu, TH at the end, Thuth, Ab, Ta, Thuth, Ab, Ta, Thuth. Good job, guys. Thank you for attending the class. I hope it was beneficial. Definitely made me happy hearing you guys work through it. I put homework right here for those who want to keep practicing. The homework, I took away the colors, and you just have to write out, for example, B, Ba, Bu, B-I, B-A, B-U, so I can recognize that you guys are recognizing the letters. And this you can turn in through WhatsApp, or you can turn on in through Google Meets. There's an option if you guys are tech savvy. And finally, I share with you guys the hadith. In the hadith, the letters that we learned today, I want you guys to find them, like the alif, alif, ba, tha, alif, ba. So you just kind of look for them. If you guys want to take it an extra level, look for the harakah. This is just you guys to start looking for these things, and it'll help you guys recognize them. And to share the reminder at the end of the class. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مثل الذي يقرأ القرآن وهو حافظ له مع السفرات الكرام البررة ومثل الذي يقرأ وهو يتعاهده وهو عليه شديد فله أجران. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said that the example of those who read the Quran and they memorize it, they read it proficiently, and they're exerting themselves and memorizing, then they will receive a high status with the angels in paradise. And the examples of those who read the Quran and it's difficult for them, like they're stumbling and making error and correcting themselves, then they will receive double the reward. That's me and you, being that we're pushing ourselves in trying to learn the Quran. And I think somebody raised their hand. Does somebody have a question? Oh, I thought
Brother
I heard a
Raul,
noise.
how often, how frequently do you host these classes?
So this Arabic class in English, I'm going to be doing it twice a week. And it actually already started on Wednesday. And the next one is on Sunday. Actually, no, let me go back. It's already dark here. So the next one's on Sunday. And the next class is, I'm going to be introducing Jim Ha Kha. And now the exercises are going to have Jim, after learning the letter in the haraka, it's going to be having now 7 letters. We're going to practice with 7 letters. And that's how the classes keep going. So if you guys aren't in the group, send me a message. I'll add you if you guys enjoyed this and if you guys learn, and then we'll keep learning, inshallah.
And you said this homework is due by Sunday?
Yeah, I'm not going to be strict. I'm not going to be like on everyone. It's just for your benefit. If you guys want me to help you guys in the homework, then you turn it in, and I'll correct you where needed. And then yeah, on Sunday the next 3 letters are coming up.
Thank you.
Alhamdulillah.
Khair.
Alhamdulillah. Wa yakum. I'm going to go ahead and get off because I have to pray. And thank you for joining the class. Alhamdulillah. AsalamuAlaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam.
Alaikum assalam.